Good morning, everybody. So this is a 0 day, so I'm not counting it. Last day I hiked was yesterday, which was a Nero, 13 point something miles, and that was day 28. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about all the chores I've got to do well in Wrightwood. First, I had breakfast this morning, went to the post office, and picked up a box that Kathy sent me. It has my ice axe in there. So because I'm going up Baden-Powell, it was just kind of better. I have it, so why not take it? Or I own one, so why not take it? So that'll be coming with me up Baden-Powell. I asked her to send Injinji liners, which is what I use, and then socks. Unfortunately, I have a bag full of the stuff that I might need stuff throughout this trail, and I told her dark socks, which is what these are, but these are run socks, and I don't know why I put run socks in hiking stuff. So I will be carrying those until the next town, because my plan is to get rid of the ice axe and my micro spikes finally, because I've been carrying the micro spikes since Campo. So fortunately, the place that the hardware place here is really caters to hikers, and they had trail socks, so I got trail socks today. And then here's my shoes. So I've got 369 miles on them. There's a hole here, right at the edge. There's a hole there. You can see it's pulling down. There's a hole on that side. All of this is loosened up and carries rocks. And then this one actually split my last day right here. And you can see all the dust coming out of it. So those are like full on holes. And then there's one on this side too. So I had to get new shoes. That's the bottom line. That's these right here. They had Lone Peaks, which is what these are. They had Temps, which is a different style of ultras, and they had Topos. I've tried Topos before and got nothing but blisters. Unfortunately, I wear a size 11. These are 11 and a half. It's the closest I could get to. Can't go down, so I'm gonna have to do some rearranging and make these an 11 and a halfs work for me. And then I also had Kathy. So this was my second sun shirt. It's so important to have this for me because I'm so light skinned. I sunburn and can have some real serious problems. But this shirt is like a week and a half old, and after I wore it the first time, it's all supposed to be this rust color. It is not a tie-dye. That's all sweat stains, and this is clean. I just washed it last night and haven't worn it. So I really liked it, but it was kind of a cheaper one from Amazon, and I can't walk around with this. You know, I still need people to be willing to pick me up for hitchhiking and stuff like that, and I can't be looking like that. So I actually found one online. This is Outdoor Vitals. It's actually very light. It's called the Altitude hoodie. It's very light. We'll see how this one works. This is number 3. My first one was in NRS, and it was super heavy, like it was heavier, physically heavier, but it wasn't drying, and that was the big problem. The Amazon one dried just fine, but that just the way it looks, and it's all stretched out, and it's just I can't continue with that. So I'm gonna try this one. It is super lightweight. I'm hoping it works, and so I'll see. So all that was just this morning. I still have to go to the library because my InReach Mini, I fully charged it in El Cajon, and as soon as I tried to turn it on, it won't power up. That's the problem. So I tried all these solutions last night, and now I got to go to the library to find a computer, because that's kind of the last ditch effort, is to try to plug it into a computer and get it to boot up. So after the library, then I have to do resupply, and then we'll go from there. So I've got a busy day, 0 day, getting all these things done. But that's what I'm working on now. I will talk to everybody later. Okay, there's the new kicks. You can actually see where my toe is. It's kind of pretty big, but it is what it is. And what I didn't talk about is why did I need new socks and liners? Well, 4 days ago, before I hit El Cajon Pass, about 2 days before I hit El Cajon Pass, I wore a hole through both the sock and the liner on my right foot, on the ball of my foot. So since Cajon Pass, over the last 2 days, I've been using KT tape on my actual foot to prevent some rubbing and blistering from there. So I've got a new foot system. We'll see if it works. I'll wear them today, kind of try and get them broken in a little bit before I go walk, you know, miles and miles on them, but it's the best I can do. Good afternoon, everybody. This is zero day number 2, and a couple reasons for 2 full 0 days. One was I was trying to get that Garmin fixed yesterday and didn't really have time to be off my feet, and honestly, I knew that last little bit just completely wore me out. My legs are physically tired and everything else. So I knew, listening to my body, I needed more rest time. But now it's almost 80 miles to the next town, the next resupply. And there's a big old mountain in between me and that. So here's my resupply for the next leg. Good morning, everybody. I am back on trail. It is day 29. It's about 9:30 in the morning. It's partly cloudy today, and it sprinkled on me actually when I was going to breakfast. So I did get a really good breakfast in. I had a veggie omelet with sausage links, English muffin, and I had a little bit of potatoes, but I was pretty full, and orange juice. So I've got a good meal in me. The plan is to basically head out and stage for Baden-Powell to do the summit tomorrow as early as possible. So, but I feel rested, I feel kind of recovered, and this is kind of going to be the staging day. Today is not going to be a lot of miles, but it's definitely going to be a test to make sure that I've recovered enough to keep doing this thing. So I will talk to you guys later. Good morning. It's 10:30. I've been hiking for about an hour, and it's been very pleasant. It's kind of just rolling along, some ups, some downs, but it's all been in pine trees. And the trails around Wrightwood are just really good. Clearly they're maintained and cared about because they're just not overgrown and relatively flat in terms of like the angle of the hill. And that big mountain right there, that's not Baden-Powell. So I was just enjoying myself, and I thought I would share it with you. Okay, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the face that I'm going to be climbing up. Okay, so I made it to Vincent Gap, and now I start heading up. You can see it's only 4.5 miles, but it's 4.5 miles straight up. So I obviously am not doing all 4.5 miles today. So we will see how far I get. I'm at least going to a spring that's up there, so I'll talk to you later. So if you're wondering what it looks like to hike on snow, this is it. That tree well right there is about 6 feet down from me. Steep angle. You're just trying to follow boot prints, and it looks like I'll switch back up there and still be in snow. So I've got about half a mile until camp, and this stuff is really slushy. Good afternoon, everybody. So it is Wednesday, May 15th, and it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got tent set up, I've got camp ready. There's this one area that's got spaces for tents. So I'm actually pretty high up on the mountain right now. I hiked just under 7 miles. The last of it was about, I think, a 1,600 foot ascent. So I've got about a 2,000 foot ascent and about 2 miles to get to the top. Summiting is not important to me. So
If there's boot tracks around the summit, I'll take that, but I suspect that everybody's going over the summit, so I'll probably do that in the morning. I think I'm going to get up about 4 or 3. I'm going to get up about 3, so I'm ready to hike at 4. Knock out the first hour and a half or so, or just, my headlamp. Just because the condition of the snow, I want the snow as firm as possible while I'm crawling up it, because basically I saw the boot tracks. I passed them to get to this spot, and they're straight up from this point on. So basically it's going to be a Stairmaster for 2 miles and 2,000 feet. And then there's about a 4.5 or 5 mile ridge walk, all in the snow as you start dropping down. And then Little Jimmy Camp kind of seems to be the place to kind of rest and get water and stuff, but it sounds like there's still snow after that as well. So tomorrow, after I accomplish this part, I kind of started looking at the second half of the day, and I'm just basically going to go as much as I comfortably can without trying too hard, if that makes sense. Don't know how much this is going to take out of me, so that'll really depend on how far I go. So today's recap, started out in the hotel in Wrightwood, and I sure did enjoy that town. Had breakfast this morning, which I talked about, and then I got a hitch. I tried Trail Angels and nobody was calling me back, but so I threw out my thumb. In less than 5 minutes, another hiker, he was coming up to just kind of screw around today. He gave me a lift, so I was hitchhiking less than 5 minutes. So Will, thank you very much. Really appreciate the lift. And then I kind of showed the first part of the trail was super cruisy. I did not show the second half, I don't think. It was steep, but it was all dirt until the last about half mile. So once I loaded up on water, 4 liters, I hit this heavy snow, and I did post hole once in half a mile, which kind of reaffirmed my decision to just camp here tonight until the snow solidifies. There was a couple with me that was actually going over today. We met up here, so I just think it was going to be a bad idea for me. First of all, they were lighter people. I mean, that's just facts. I'm heavier than a lot of people that are out here hiking already, and then you add the weight of the pack and everything else. So I tend to post hole more. And that's a reality. So I kind of looked at the pros and cons. It was sure, like I like to do things that kind of suck and get them over with. But in this instance, just doing that little bit of snow, the summit probably wouldn't have been so bad, but the 4 or 5 miles on the other side, when it's the slushiest, I'm looking like that's a recipe for injury and everything else. I've carried spikes since Campo, so 370 miles or so. And then I had Kathy send me my ice axe, so I'm carrying this equipment that is not nearly as effective in the slushy snow. The ice axe is, but still, I might as well continue with the plan that I have, which is set myself up for success. I do feel strong. I definitely needed that rest. It was smooth today. I've got my legs back. I went pretty fast. I was here relatively early for that many miles, especially with the climb there. So I'm really happy with that. I just hope that everything kind of works out and gels tomorrow morning. There is another couple that's camping near me, and I kind of chatted with them. I'd met them before. And so somebody will be following behind me, which kind of gives me a little peace of mind too. I'm at somewhere around 370 miles right now. I'll do better tomorrow. I'm focused on the snow and getting through this section tomorrow more than anything. So I'll probably be more informative tomorrow once I'm past this. All right, have a good one.